Hi everyone, I'm Hoodie Angel Brandon, and welcome to another month of FEH Freebies. This time we are kicking off the month of January in the year of 2024, hoping to have much good fortune for the rest of the year. But first, I suppose we should just focus on this month. We are starting things off with the rerun of New Year of Fire and Ice, and I've got everyone except Rid, but does he have anything? Yeah, he's got Hone Attack 4, which isn't terribly exciting. He does look cool, though. Joint Hone Speed also isn't great. Honestly, I think I kind of just want a Fjord merge. So we'll pull green if it's there, red if not. So we got the one green, so let's see if we get something cool to start this off. And what have we got? Ba-ba-da-ba. Oh, well, it's not a Fjord, but I think that's a Santa Crom. Yes. He's a little late, but I appreciate the spirit. So there he is. He is not a new hero, because I pulled him like way back in year 1 so that I could give his axe to Camilla. She still has it, of course. She does not use it anymore, but that was like a good inheritable weapon back then. Now, not so much, but yeah. Cool unit that I can at least get like 2 dragon flowers off of, so not a bad way to start the month. But that's not all. We also have this week's arena tickets. Let's go ahead and redeem that. No blues, so I guess we'll take a green. But yeah, really excited for this month and this coming year. You guys have hopefully seen it by now, but oh, a Minerva, not a great pull either. I was hoping to see like like a Sonya or a Myrrh or something, but Minerva is a unit. But yeah, I wanted to say I teased in the New Year summons for this and the returning New Year banners that I had a resolution that I couldn't really share yet, but hopefully at this point it's safe for me to share that really my resolution is just to get back to streaming and hopefully keep up with that and have a lot of fun streams with all of you guys who choose to drop by and watch. Yeah, hopefully by the time this goes up, I am back to streaming. I should probably be streaming over on the other site, and there should probably be links for that if you're interested and you haven't had a chance to check it out. But either way, yeah, hopefully that's my goal for the year, is to get back to that, have lots of more fun games to play, and hopefully you guys want to join me in that, and if not, then that's cool too. I still appreciate you guys being here for the free summons. Haha, very funny, Tane. So I was in a voice chat with him and the banner's updated and he was like, oh, your favorite character's on the banner. And I got excited for a Byleth banner and there's no Byleth here. What is this nonsense? Anyway, guess we're going for not rearmed Ingrid. Unfortunately, significantly less useful fodder at this point. I was actually going to go for Shamir, but she wasn't here. No greens, no useful thing on blue either. That's fine. Just saving the luck for important banners instead. For the rerun of Happy New Year, I have all these units. I guess Azura because I use her the most. Although I think plus 10 Takumi would have been really funny eventually. But there's only red, so I guess we're going for Camilla. Well, the illusion of free choice. Oh, hey! It wasn't Camilla, but it was something, so nifty. We already have Priam, and I don't think his fodder is especially good, but yeah, Rouse Speed Def 4 for someone. Actually, maybe I should put that on Plaguey and Chris. Cause Yeah, he would get some bonuses, which would be nice, and then Null Panic could be helpful. I don't feel like Null Follow-Up is that important anymore that I can't just get rid of him for Rouse Speed Def. I'll use the other Priam, though, because this one is plus attack, which is better, so... Cool. So part of my footage got messed up, but I did the summons for Weekly Revivals 55 and 9, going colorless for Maribel, and red for Ewan, and I actually got a Ewan, and I also got a 4-star George for the colorless. Unfortunately, the footage got messed up, but that's what I got. You didn't miss anything like super crazy, but I did have this Ewan that was not actually saved, sadly, but we got him, and so he was a new hero, so yay. Dragon Flowers. For this month's new heroes banner, we have the man himself, the man, the myth, the legend, Tiny Hands Reinhardt. Finally, a rearmed hero. Honestly, kind of expected him to get an Ascendant way back when they introduced those, so not too surprising that he did finally get one of these premium alts, but was not originally expecting him to be a rearmed. Still kind of cool. He comes with the new Arcane Thunder Tome, which looks actually really good. Like, this looks like a very powerful tome. I could put it on Morgan especially. Honestly, even Robin would probably like it. But Robin does suffer from the rest of Reinhardt's fodder being geared towards mounted units, and so he couldn't take advantage of that. But yeah, Morgan could definitely use this, as well as the new SR Far Trace 4, which would be very good for her. I do run Far Trace on her already, so getting that would be pretty nifty. Gives Canto Remainder minimum of 1, which is quite a helpful upgrade. And also just gives some extra bonus damage, +7, which is nice. And also Def Res Smoke, what I would prefer for Morgan in terms of a C slot, but getting it as a throw-in with these other skills makes it pretty worthwhile, so could definitely use all of that. With that said, I do really like Morgan's Father's Tactics tome. I like the added support utility it gives her, so I'm not desperate to upgrade her right away. But all this fodder definitely could be useful for her. Arcane Thunder has the standard slang effect and Spectrum +5, as well as charging special, neutralizing speed res bonuses on the enemy, and also gives null follow-up, which is pretty much everything Morgan could really want on a tome, given that she doesn't have access to null follow-up naturally. Very good for her especially. And it is missing Reinhardt's signature Brave attack effect, but worry not, he brought it in his A slot. He just couldn't part with it. He does still have that Brave attack in here. If number of spaces from unit start position to end position is greater than or equal to 2, unit attacks twice. So he does still have that in addition to a lot of extra stats and some bonus damage. And he also has damage reduction. They're just throwing that on everyone now, huh? They gate-kept that to melee units for quite a while, and now they're just like, everyone gets damage reduction here, everyone can have it. A little boring, but it definitely does make some of these frail nukes a little bit easier to play without getting sniped on counterattack, and consequently makes tanks, which I actually really like to play, kind of sad. It also has the added benefit of letting them hyper min-max these guys. Like, look at Reinhardt's 60 attack, Def Res 2220. He still has 45 speed. Disgusting. We also have 2 staff units. Tina, who has a thief staff, that's a lot of effects. Pretty sure she like steals bonuses or something. Honestly, so often in these trailers, I see all these effects and I don't even bother reading them. There's just too much. But she has Nudge, Holy Pressure, Attack Speed Ideal 4, Infantry Pulse 4, and the new Wrathful Tempo, which is Wrathful Staff plus Tempo, only available to infantry staffs. Tempo is great. It also has Speed Res -4 as well. So very solid. The problem being, aside from Tina herself, I don't know that there's any infantry healer that can really use this at the moment. It really benefits from being able to spam your specials, but there's no like arcane staff that makes that super viable at the moment. So could definitely be more useful in the future for someone like Sakura, but at the moment, it's okay. I guess Infantry Pulse does help with that. So yeah, if I got her, probably just feed her to Sakura. So definitely could be useful. And then we have a second premium healer on the banner with Safi. Kind of just makes the fact that they took Elise and Nina way back and they put them both as demote healers a little more absurd, considering now they're just like, yeah, we'll throw in 2 premium healers at the same time. They could have done that for those 2 who are pretty important, all things considered, but alas. Safi has Repair, which gives some nice stats and also can passively heal and remove penalties off of allies. I think that's just a combination of odd and even recovery. Just puts those together, right? She also has Return, Holy Panic, and then Stillwater and Attack Speed Ploy. Pretty good fodder. And then finally, we have the demote dancer Laura as a red infantry dagger. I think this is like the first demote, like permanent pool dancer we've had since, Racin? Racin or Tethys, I think. It's been quite a while. I might be like randomly forgetting someone. But regardless, it's been a while. Aside from, again, like some seasonal dancers like Sadal. Who, speaking of, I have not forgotten, I am still going to do my Sadal showcase. That was actually supposed to go up in like November, but unfortunately, I was in the middle of working on it, and then they removed Arena Assault for Summoner Duels, because they love doing that for some reason. And the worst mode came, took away Arena Assault, and I use Arena Assault to record my my test runs for the characters. So I couldn't do that, and then I got busy with all the prep stuff for stream because I was getting closer, and I decided to prioritize that. So I just never got around to finishing the Sadal video, but it's like half recorded, so if it's not up already, it'll probably be up in like the next month or so, but I did not forget. That's all I want to say. But anyway, back on topic, Laura comes with Clever Dagger, which I'm pretty sure is just Spring Ashes Dagger, but non-seasonal, and then Attack Smoke and Rock Slide Dance. I feel like they dropped a tuned peony, and then they said, oh wait, we forgot that no one can actually really use her unless they already have Rock Slide Dance fodder on hand. I guess we should make that a little more accessible. And so here Laura is to save all of the people who pulled for Peony. Pretty nifty, not particularly amazing fodder on its own, but it is pretty nice fodder to have a little bit more accessible now. Still really wish they gave us something more exciting than Attack Smoke, though. I love Attack Smoke, it's a great budget C-skill, but, you know, there's a lot of newer stuff that they could have put on her. But anyway, all that rambling aside, yeah, we're going to prioritize blue for Reinhardt and then colorless as our backup for the healers. Hopefully we don't have to pull green or red, because, yeah, all the good stuff's blue and colorless. But, yeah, there's stuff here that I could definitely use, but we are going to conserve those orbs. Try and just get some cool, lucky things here. This story chapter is bait in the most literal sense. I absolutely lost it when I saw the story chapter name bait. And it was just a picture of Reinhardt. I was like, yep, that checks out. Rearmed Reinhardt with a very stacked kit. That is some bait right there. Unfortunately, we start with a Jigen, who is not terribly helpful for us. Oh, and no blues this time, so colorless as backup. Yeah, I think I would prefer Tina, but Safi could still be useful. Oh, we got Laurent. So that's cool. Yeah, he's new. I was like, I'm pretty sure he's new. I was like, we got the Inigo for free, so I don't think we had a free copy of him. So yeah, he's new. So that's kind of cool, I guess. If we can't get the Staff Sisters, getting another new unit isn't bad. Fila doesn't really offer us anything. But yeah, I've still got Byleth to go for, and then back into orb saving mode. So unfortunately, even if I did want to replace Morgan's Tome, couldn't really afford to spend on Reinhardt here. So although it does look tempting, we'll just have to pass if we don't get him for free. Got a Hestia, not super helpful. And finally, last pull of the bunch, we do indeed have another blue, so hope for a Reinhardt. Reinhardt, you are the people's champion, the free-to-play hero, come to save us. No. Rip. It was worth a shot. That's okay, I'm saving that luck. I need it for more important things. Morgan is fine and happy with the tome her father gave her, allegedly. Not asterisk, not actually inherited from Robin. Time for another ticket. This week we had to go through with Alphonse, and he has traditionally been my best of the Asker trio, but even he is starting to struggle. Luckily we were able to find some legendary Camillas and managed to maneuver her down into range where he could bop her on the head, but this was not a great week for him. Okay, we got blues and greens. I'm gonna take the blue. Hope for a Selkie or a Hector. Those would be ideal. A Drift Corrin would be great too. I don't even remember who this is. Oh, Melody. Yeah, she doesn't have anything too useful as I recall. I thought she was green for some reason. I don't know. Attack Def Solo. You know what? Maybe Alphonse gets the Attack Def Solo. I don't think anyone else really wants Wyvern Flight. Yeah, I was saving her for instant lunch over here, but Geralt didn't end up needing that, so maybe Alphonse gets the Attack Def Solo. That'll be funny. I don't know. For this month's new power, I think we're going to go for Merrick. Layla as backup, I think. Yeah, she doesn't have anything I desperately need, but I don't have her yet, so gonna go green primarily. All right. Well, we only had those two as options. We'll take the green and hope for something. Take a Rickon. Nope. Cecilia, not helpful. For this Hall of Forms revival, once again we're going to go for young Merrick. I think it's really funny that he's on 2 banners at the same time, while being a seasonal and not actually during the month that he is supposed to be here. Very funny how that lined up. But I've got everyone else, so we're going to go for Merrick for green. Never mind. We're going to go red, I guess. Yeah, just a interesting coincidence there. All right, what have we got? Yo, Akeda! That's not bad. That's not bad. I don't use her as much, but she did carry me for quite a while, especially on Arcanea limited hero battles. So getting her's not bad. She's plus speed, which I think is good for her. I think she probably prefers plus attack, but I don't remember. But pretty good pickup. Alright, we have the remixes for Corrin and Lilina. Corrin comes with Guard 4 now, and Lilina got Sabotage, Attack, Res. So pretty decent upgrades. They're also sharing with pretty solid units with Crom and Alchrist. So pretty interesting stuff there. There's also some other solid units here. Sigurd, Crom, again, and also Tana. So decent stuff I wouldn't mind grabbing. Also wouldn't mind grabbing an Edelgard. But I think we're going to just pull the actual colors that have these units. Really more for the Alchrist and the Crom, though, I think. More excited about those. We also have Weekly Revival 56 and Weekly Revival 10. On this one, we'll go for Brave Ike. And on this one, Kyria, I guess. I don't really care on that one. So, there's no green, so I guess we'll go red. Unfortunate. Why didn't they take all the greens that kept popping up in my Byleth polls? We got an Ike who is actually new for me. He will not see any use though because he's super old at this point, and I definitely don't have the copies to build him since it's my first copy. He has plus speed, but he can just speed his way over to the bench and sit down. And this one, well, no red on this one. There's my greens. Blue, I guess. I really don't want either of these units. I have multiples of them. Unless we get Blade Session 4, not too helpful right now. Got a Roche. And then on this one, we were going to go red. Awesome. Just an Ogma. And finally, gonna go colorless on this one. And what do we have? Just a Brady. Okay. Unfortunate. Technically, we got something, but it's never going to be used, so did we really? For heroes with Luna, we're going to go for Noah. Karagi, adorable as he is still a demote, so he's not super valuable. And I have extra Galzes to go around, so just going to try and grab Noah for Flow Guard and Alarm Speed Def. Speaking of Noah, I'm finally playing Xenoblade 3. I'm excited about it. I'm only like 6 hours in right now, but I did all that in one sitting, so... yeah, it's okay so far, but, you know, not like, you know, it's still early game. It's hard to say, you know. We got a Mordecai. But Noah seems cool enough. So, unfortunate that we didn't get his Fae counterpart. But we also have our arena tickets for the week, so let's go ahead and redeem that. We do have the blue. And what are we going to get here? Something cool, please. Brave Lucina, not bad. Not what I was really hoping to see, but I do still use her, so, you know, not the end of the world. I'm going to have to overhaul her kit too, I think, eventually. Get her maybe like a fancy Link skill or a snag or something. I don't know, but we'll have to improve her at some point. Alright, we've got the Tempest Trials banner for the upcoming banner of all time. It is certainly going to be one of the banners in the Fire Emblem Heroes game for mobile devices by Intelligent Systems and Nintendo. Yeah, not particularly excited for this banner. And the Tempest Trials banner also likewise does not have anything that I'm terribly interested in pulling for, so I think we'll just grab a Luis. I did want an extra copy of her a while back for some reason that I no longer remember, so it's probably not that important at this point. But we'll go for her anyway. Cool, we did get a colorless. Yeah, not really too necessary to grab any of these, but we'll take an ETA, I guess. Yeah, whatever. Next, we have the Nabata's Shield banner, which is, again, truly the banner of all time. Earlier, I was sitting around waiting, and I was like, I'm pretty sure we're supposed to have a Fae trailer tonight, right? And I sat there waiting for an hour, and then I remembered, wait, the trailer was yesterday, and it was all those units I didn't care about. And I think that speaks to how interested I was about this banner. And Honestly, I haven't seen a lot of discussion about it. I don't think anyone is really that excited about it. This theme is already like really not popular, and then the character picks, I feel like there's no character here that people are like, oh wow, this is like a crazy character, like, oh, Ike got an alt, or it's Roy. I thought this was Roy at first on the trailer thumbnail. I was like, yo, is that Roy? And then it's like, no. So like, I don't know. It feels like a very fillery banner. Even compared to like last year where we got like fairly popular characters like Byleth and Nino on it. But this year I feel like there's just kind of like no real hook. Yeah. Anyway, not huge on this banner. It also dropped while I was in the middle of a stream. I finished my stream and I was like, oh, I wonder what the banner is. And I looked and like no one was talking about it. So again, I really don't think anyone's too excited about this. Real quick, I guess we'll go over the skills. Igreen comes with Flash Sparrow and Speed Def Tempo 4, which are both pretty good. And then the new Pulse Up Blades, which does look pretty nutty. Grants attack speed plus X to unit for 1 turn, and grants special cooldown count -1 to unit. X is turn number times 2, maximum of 6. So if I'm understanding this correctly, on turn 1 it would give you 2 attack speed, and then turn 2 it would give you 4 attack speed, and then turn 3 and onwards it would give you 6 attack speed, which is an interesting idea, considering it's like an attack speed boost bundled in with a start of the turn special acceleration. But I'm not sure who I would really put it on, honestly. But it is interesting. Next we have Altina, who has attack res finish and times pulse, and then the new attack def bulwark. All these units also have like prefs that are like ignore terrain, just like last year. And I think Altina and Igreen both move like 1 extra space. But then attack def bulwark, it's bulwark, but then it also does damage reduction for first attack during combat, which is pretty nice. That definitely helps make bulwark a little bit more, I don't know, worthwhile, I think. I feel like bulwark was pretty good for a few months, and then it just kind of fell off as we got stronger B slot options. So that does help, I think. Don't have anyone who I want to put it on immediately, but that could be helpful. That's what I'm kind of leaning towards going for. And then we have Juno with guard bearing 4 and attack def oath 4. Solid enough fodder, but similar thing. I don't have anyone who I desperately want that on at the moment. And then Tormod is our demote with speed res tempo, speed res gap 3, and Nabata Beacon, which is actually pretty decent for an inheritable tome. That same ignore terrain effect, desperation, and attack speed def res, and 10% of units attack. Honestly, actually, I kind of want that for... That could be funny on Groom Robin. You could build around that, maybe. Cavalry tome that isn't slowed by terrain sounds kind of cool, actually. I wouldn't mind going for him, actually. You know what? Yeah, we'll try red. You know what? I convinced myself. Well, flop banner gonna flop, huh? Yeah, I guess we'll go Altina for bulwark fodder potentially. But yeah, speaking of streaming, I mentioned streams. I've been having so much fun with that. I've only done like 3 of them at this point, but I'm having a lot of fun. And I edited a highlight video, which should be up by now, of my Mario Party debut stream, my VTuber debut. And I've got to say, it was so fun editing that. And I'm really looking forward to doing more highlight videos in the future. I don't normally plug my stuff. I'm not one of those people who are like, remember guys, like, comment, and subscribe, but I'm going to ask real nicely just this once. I feel like I'm allowed to shill just once. Please check out all my stream info. It's in the description. I've got my Twitch stream down there. I've got my stream updates Twitter, and I've got a stream archive channel as a secondary channel here on YouTube. So like, please just go ahead and check that out. I don't ask very often for things like that, but please check it out. I worked hard. I had friends who worked hard on helping me set things up, and I'm having a lot of fun with that stuff, and hopefully some of those streams will become future videos here on the main channel, so you guys would get a sneak peek. So anyway, shilling's over. Hopefully me plugging my channels was still more interesting than this banner lineup. For weekly revivals 57 and 11, gonna go for Grima on this one and Fina on this one. Just think they're both cool enough characters that I wouldn't mind grabbing a merge. Fina also has the dance skill that could be useful now for chain fodder in the future. They'll probably just save her, honestly. Yeah, neither are like must-have. Neither are must-have banner characters, but we got another Igreen. We just got her fairly recently too. Maybe it was during the Winter Byleth summoning part 2. Don't remember, but another copy of her. Funny, and I mean it is a 5-star, I guess. And then on this one, gonna go, well, no green. I guess we'll go blue for Ishtar because I have a decent number of merges on her. And her Resplendent, actually, which is really funny. Nope. Well, at least we got something from that batch. For the rerun of Dark Desert Rituals, we're gonna go for our man, Raphael. I'm always sad. I actually really want to build Plugin Raphael. Raphael's a cool character. I liked him a lot more than I was expecting to. And I'd love to build him. I actually have a build in mind for him. But, like, he always shows up when I'm, like, either saving or out of orbs. So I always feel bad. So it'd be nice to get him. I think I'll actually even pull any colorless since I don't know how long we're going to be waiting for Winter Byleth to rerun. It'll probably be a while unless he surprise wins a Hero Rises and makes it into the top 4, which he might. But I'm willing to spend like 4 orbs to get another chance at a Plugin Raphael. I really would like to plus 10 him eventually though. I think he'd be fun to build. So, yeah, I'd love to get him. Come on, Raph. Where are you? Dang. Well, I'm not gonna invest too heavily into it right now. That's unfortunate, though. I'm gonna get the combat manual for this month, and I won't be able to actually use it because I still don't have even a base copy of him to use. Ugh, unfortunate. For the returning Ascendant and Rearmed banner, I think I have everyone except Leaf and Florina. With that said, I think I want to go for Florina. I think Leaf is technically more valuable since he is a rearmed, but Florina has fodder I don't have, and I also want more Ascendant Flores, so gonna pull a colorless if there is one. Cool. Just take the one, and then we will bounce. What have we got? What have we got? Oh, just a forest. Not terribly helpful. For this month's Hall of Forms, I think we're going to go green for Lucina. Backup, probably colorless for Robin. I think I actually do like Male Morgan more, but since he is in the common pool, I think we'll go for the limited units. But there's nothing here that I need desperately at the moment, so just gonna pull what we pull and see what we get. We didn't even have a chance at Owain as well. But we got a Merrick. Meh. Another week, another ticket. Let's hope for something cool. Okay, come on, Selkie. Oh, Micaiah. That's a regular base Micaiah, who I'm pretty sure I don't currently have. I think I had one way back when she launched. I gave Xander distant defense, and then I never pulled her again. So kind of cool, I guess. Not especially helpful at this point, but cool. It's the return of the professor! Unfortunately, it's not the one that we are still looking for merges on, so don't think we're going to pull him for low speed res chain fodder. I think, yeah, we're probably going to go red to try and get Lind, since I don't have her. And Nino also wouldn't be bad backup. I could just put her kit on someone else like I did with Byleth. Not sure if there's anyone else who uses it as well that I'm interested in building, though, so we'll see. But we did indeed get a red orb, so just pop that and see what we got. Oh, just repo fodder. Okay. Well, worth a shot.
Alright, we have the rerun of Hostel Springs, which I always forget is like a January banner. But I think we're going to go for Hinoka, try and get her. Well, never mind. Who else is there? I guess Sakura. But yeah, none of these are that helpful at this point, so I kind of wanted Hinoka because her dagger is kind of cool, but I mean, it's not like amazing by today's standards, but it is nifty. One of the few inheritable anti-dragon weapons, if I recall correctly. Yeah, effective against dragons for some reason. But alas.
For the rerun of Fallen Heroes, I think we're going to go red this time. Last time we went for Dear Old Dad and Ankos, but now I don't need more copies of him since I mostly got what I needed. I guess I wouldn't mind having Savvy Fighter 4 to put on Ignatz, but the rest of his fodder Ignatz already has, so I don't know that it would be super helpful to get for him. But wouldn't mind picking up another copy, I guess. But I think all the other units would probably be more helpful since I don't have them. Byleth and Chrom especially have good value being on the sharing color together, and then Maria is also just a very solid unit, very annoying. So we're going to prioritize red, then colorless, then blue, but we're not going to spend any orbs on this. I don't need any of them that desperately at the moment, so just going to take what we can get. And what we get is a Sophia, apparently. Yeah, wasn't surprised to see this banner rerun. And then the next upcoming reruns, there's also not really anything that I'm too excited about personally. I guess I wouldn't mind getting an Alchrist maybe, but we'll have to see who ends up winning. Though I would not be surprised if Alchrist and Itri end up being the next rerun. Oh, Selena, not what I'm looking for. Do not need more reposition fodder. I think I've got more than enough. Oh, this would be great if I was actually pulling red, but we're just taking one orb. Just the one. Ugh, Kent again. Tired of this guy. Saw him way too many times going for Byleth. Not this Byleth. And finally, last pull. What do we end with? Another Sophia. Cool. Rip.
Alright, we have 3 banners here with Weekly Revival 12, 58, and the rerun of the Hatari banner. I was actually talking with Tane when the banners came up, and he was like, oh, we got 3 banners today. And I was like, yeah, we got the Weekly Revivals, and then what's the third one? And he couldn't remember what the name of this one was, so he called it the Sandy Azura banner. And I think that's great. I think that should be the official name of this banner going forward. So, yeah, on this one, gonna go for Nyla. Don't have her. Also don't have Carla, but her fodder also isn't anything particularly helpful at this point, I feel like. So, gonna go red on this one. On this one, probably colorless for Silk, I guess. None of these are that helpful. And then on this one, I'd like Lucina, though Julia would also be pretty helpful. So yeah, let's start with this one. Go for a blue. Perfect. Yeah, none of these are banners that are too helpful for me, but, you know, free summons are free summons. Oh, we actually did get the Lucina. Cool. She's getting up there in merges. I really do need to give her, like, an updated build. I think that puts her, like, +6 or +7. Pretty wild. Oh, and plus speed, finally. I kept getting plus defense ones. So now I could definitely merge into this plus speed one and make her run, like, a hybrid offense support build. But I could also just stick with the HP and run, like, infantry pulse on her. That's an option. I'll have to see. I have to decide. Not sure. And then on this one, I was going to go colorless, I guess. Okay, what do we got? Nana. And then on the Sandy Azura banner, we're going to go for Nyla, not Sandy Azura herself. And see what we get here. Just a Paula. That's fine. We got something from these at least. So that's cool. For the mommy voting gauntlet, I'm sorry. I don't like that. For the mothers voting gauntlet, funny enough, not timed for Mother's Day or even close. We have Ymir, Valentine's Henriette, and Tailtew. I just realized they don't usually put seasonals on these, but she's here a few weeks early ahead of her normal rerun anyway, I guess. But yeah, not a banner that's like terribly exciting, but probably gonna go for AR Unity fodder. Could be helpful at some point, I think. Yeah, AR Far Save and Distant Defense isn't bad as a consolation prize, but gonna try for a green, I think. Perfect. And there was no red anyway, so yeah, just take that. Yeah, what a weird voting gauntlet. Some of the characters are odd. They threw Sothis on there, but not Makoto. But, yeah. Just a Raven.
Finally, to close out the month, we have the Mythic and Emblem banner with Mom and Marth. Yeah, this banner's really cool. I know that the Emblem heroes are just an excuse to sell popular characters again. But I don't know if they're really cool. They look cool. And yeah, they're kind of power creepy, but I like that they can actually boost characters in a way kind of similar to the actual game mechanic and Engage. They're like canon compliant, so I don't know. I like them. I think they're cool. And Marth especially looks pretty dang useful. Attack speed finish. Potent 4, which literally broke my brain. I read it for like 3 minutes. And I think I understood it, but like it was like a barely thing. I had to go and check with other people and be like, am I reading this right? And then Infantry Null Follow-Up 4. As well as his Pref Special, Lodestar Rush, and the Hero King Sword. But then he also just gives slaying to whoever he's engaged with, which just automatically makes him very useful. There's so many units like Lumera or Seteth, or even Geralt, where I'm like, wow, this weapon is really good. If only it had slaying. So just being able to slap slaying on someone for free is just like such an inherently good effect. I think that'll pretty much always be useful, so I really kind of want to get him. And Potent 4, if I'm understanding correctly, it gives the speed def -4, and then 30% damage reduction, which is already pretty good. But then if your speed is like, 25 higher than the enemy, you get like an extra follow-up attack that does either 80 or 40%, depending on if you can already follow up attack. I don't know. It's a weird skill. it's like hard to explain. I think it'll make more sense once I actually see it in action, but very, very cool unit. I'd love to get him. Yeah, I don't really like most legendary and mythic heroes, especially because they are on these awful banners that always suck to pull on. But there are a decent number of characters who I wouldn't maybe pull for their legendary version, but for the emblem version, I'd be interested in maybe trying to plus 10 them, like Marth, Sigurd, Big Sis Camilla, the house leaders, and of course Professor Byleth. Like, Byleth is a yes, that's gonna happen. It doesn't matter how long it takes, we're gonna get plus 10 emblem Byleth. But speaking of, are you guys looking forward to Goddess Dance? But yeah, I don't know, there are a lot of cool characters as emblems, so that's gonna be very cool going forward. Don't know that I'll plus 10 all of them. Also, they do part of why I'm kind of willing to invest in the emblem characters over their legendary versions is the emblem characters would be characters that I wouldn't necessarily normally be like super in love with, but like I'm like, yeah, this character's still cool, I wouldn't mind having them plus 10, like Sigurd or Marth. But then they also, since you can engage them to your other units and give them the special effect, and then they also get bonus stats based on merges, it's basically like adding extra investment into my favorite units. So I'm kind of willing to do it in that regard. But we'll have to see because, again, these banners are just the worst. But then we also have Mythic Mom. A lot of people have been disappointed because she didn't change her outfit, but like, what else were they going to do with her? I mean, like, yeah, they can come up with some stuff like promoted classes for characters like Hinoka, or like, I think this is actually like a post-game outfit. But like, they can come up with like designs for that, but like, what do you do with Lumera? Like, put her in a Lear's outfit? Like, that seems more like a Brave thing. I'm not sure how you change Lumera's design to be more mythic than this, so I'm fine with it. I think the art is cool. I like the rainbow effect around her, and she seems like a pretty solid unit. Scowl, although I'm not sure how I feel about attack speed Scowl instead of like res based Scowl, but it does, because it still has that res check. And then she also has attack speed ruse, which would actually be nice to get for Corrin, but I probably wouldn't fodder her for that. Her pref skill and pref weapon, and then rally def res. Very solid looking unit. Would love to pick her up. I don't know if she'll be like super amazing, but I just like Mom. I still want to plus 10 her base version. I'm waiting to see if Engage gets a Hall of Forms and she's in there, because if I can build her for free, then I'll do that, but if not, then I've got a lot of other skills I can give her. But they are on red and blue. Red also has Hinoka, who is just an absolute nuisance. She is the bane of existence for like 2 months. Absolutely awful. Very good pull. Fur gives an Ascendant Fleuret, and then has pretty solid across the board fodder. Blue has Veil. Fodder's a little bit more niche, but still not bad, and then she's also just like a very solid unit as well. As well as Plumeria, who has a lot of good fodder, and then she also has the Arcane, but I do still think this is a weaker Arcane tome than Reinhardt's blue tome, so there's that, but she's still a pretty good pickup. Green has Thor and Sonya, who looks awesome still. Would love to get her eventually. And then also Sed, who's got a lot of fodder. And then Colorless is probably the least exciting. Elamine is still great, but I have her. Ashe, similar. She's actually still really solid, but she was free, so, you know. And then finally Micaiah. She's okay, but I don't think she holds up as well as some of the other units. But she would still be new. But we're definitely going to go red, blue. Honestly, I think I'll pull any reds or blues that pop up. I'll spend some orbs on this. Well, we only got one red. That's kind of unfortunate. That seems to be a trend lately. I have not seen reds lately. Come on, give us an emblem, Marth. Ah, you're not Marth. Yeah, I kind of want to pull Marth, but I don't know. It's just too big of an investment for right now. But hopefully in the future we can grab him, because he'd be very helpful. Marcia does not give us anything. And then this last blue. Ba-ba-bum. Yo, it's Mom! She came home, yes! Oh, she looks so pretty. Yeah, I love Lumera. She's awesome. I can't wait to build her eventually. Yeah, look at this rainbow effect she's got. Oh, that's so pretty. So pretty. Oh, Mythic Mom. Mythic Mom! Minus speed is unfortunate, though, but that's fine. Yeah, I could fodder her to Corrin for attack speed ruse, but I think I'd rather just keep her because I like her. I like her a lot, so we'll keep her. So even though we didn't get Marth, that is still a fantastic end to the month. I feel like this month was a little bit more low-key, but still got some good stuff, especially Lumera to close things out. So pretty happy. Spent a few orbs, but that's okay. So yeah, even though this year isn't off to a absolutely crazy start, it's still off to a good one, and I'm looking forward to pulls in the months ahead. So thank you guys, as always, so much for watching, joining me for more free summons. Best of luck to you guys on your summons, whether they be free or otherwise, whether it's on this or any of the other current or upcoming banners. And until next time, this is Hoodie Angel Brandon, signing out.